Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little loud. Mic check. 1, 2. That's a lot better. Okay, good evening. Welcome to the stream. This is my 26th episode of my first ever playthrough of Stellaris, and I am at 36 hours so far. It has been a marathon. I'm gonna just jump right back into it, and yeah, try to remember what I did the last time I played this, which was, I think last Thursday, maybe? That's right. So, I think when I left it off last Thursday, I had basically decided that I needed to, unfortunately, go to war because, wow, that's not what I remember at all. I thought my score was way lower than that. Okay. Never mind. My score is way higher than I remembered. I thought I was only just a little bit above the Erzgoba because they took this area, but I'm way above them, like nearing double their score, and I'm quite above the Yaks as well. So I am not going to go to war. I would like to, because I'd like to take this stuff back, but now that I see that, I think the fastest route to victory, and I am definitely going for the fastest route at this point. I think the fastest thing I can do is just keep the game on fastest and just try to run out the clock until I win. Pretty much everywhere I'm having a massive housing crisis, and so I'm building luxury residences everywhere. I have a lot of planets that are just totally built out. I have rising unemployment on many of those planets, and there's just not a lot I can do about them. It's just kind of a sprawling, compounding problem. Obviously I have some resource issues here. Let's see, I have full storage of food and minerals, which is great. Colony automation
Research complete.
Don't even know what that even is. I have a governor who's not being used for some reason. And, yeah, so I'm just kind of getting whatever random upgrades I can. In my last stream, I had what I believe is called an endgame crisis, in which a bunch of basically synths banded together and tried to take over the galaxy, and that was something. It wasn't all that hard to fight them off, but it definitely took some effort, so I had to slow the game way down and take care of it. But hopefully nothing like that will happen again for the rest of the game at this point. Let's see, I guess, let me look, am I selling a bunch of... No, I'm actually in a huge deficit of consumer goods, so the obvious thing to do here, or where was that? It was here, is to get civilian industries. That's an upgrade, so I need to build something here as well, and Oh, I'm inclined to get housing, but I also need civilian industries, clearly.
Research complete.
Can get a little housing there, and I'm gonna need a bunch more, so I'll go ahead and get some more residences. Research is complete. Shield hit points +5, that's never bad. What number is that even on? XVI, that'd be 16, I believe. I'm not a Roman numeral whiz, that's for sure. I had a governor die, so I'll need to get a new one. Without spending too much time actually looking, I think I'll just go with something that gets me some food. Food is good. One thing I haven't done, I could go through and make sure I have growth discouraged on.
Research complete.
And make all the upgrades I can as well. Able capacity. Let's see, there's some more food right there. Yes, I know. Oh man, my energy stockpile is terrible. I'm gonna stop buying this so much because I have a big stockpile there. And maybe I could stop buying so many crystals. And I could probably sell a lot more minerals. And food for that matter. Maybe not that much. It's hard to keep your economy balanced, especially when you're on fastest mode. So let me go through each of my planets, upgrade everything I can, and make sure I have growth discouragement on for all of them. That does cost me a little bit of influence, but what is that? High gravity? Oh, interesting. It's a funny little picture right there. And again, the reason I'm doing this is just to try to stave off unemployment and homelessness. Yeah, I have a ton of planets. It's late in the game, and I've taken over a very large portion of the galaxy. So I can actually build some luxury housing here. Definitely want to do, but also discourage growth. Because I know that my pops are traveling between planets, so it doesn't really matter where they grow, they're going to be moving around the galaxy. Oh. It's weird. It seems like... Hold on. Where am I? I don't really know what order these are in, but they don't seem to be... They're not in alphabetical order. Maybe they're in the order... in order of what... that I captured them in? But on the other hand, why am I not seeing Yunduk? Where is Yunduk? This is driving me crazy. There it is. So is Isius next? No, it's not. So they're not. That's interesting. They're not in the same order as they are listed in the outliner, which is kind of weird. Okay, so that was all of them. Hopefully this won't come back to bite me or anything. Looks like I still have tons of minerals I could be selling.
Research complete.
The year is 2470. I will win at year 2500. And I so look forward to that day. Yeah, just way ahead on the scoreboard. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Just kind of need to wait out the clock. Of course, this being my first playthrough, I guess I never really know what could happen. I mean, there could be another huge revolt. Oh, one thing I was going to do is try to take out this giant...
Research complete.
This is like the robot colony or whatever, and it's got a huge number. Let me just count real quick. So it's going to be 22 times 4, it's 88, plus 60 is 150, so about 160 total-ish. Don't check that math. And that is up against my 41 plus 19, let's just call it 40, 50, 60, 100, 110, 120, 130, about 140, so I definitely need to be upgrading these fleets still, or rather reinforcing them, if at all possible. Can definitely get that one. Let me see which one is the weakest. I probably want to get the weakest one upgraded. So how about this 22? It's going to be 8k alloy anyway, so I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah. Like I said, I have major unemployment issues, so I pretty much, whoa, there's a 170k fleet. I wonder if that's going in. If that's going in, I'm gonna follow right behind them. Yep, looks like it's going in. That means I'm going in. And in addition to that, I'm gonna get a construction ship and try to take that system.
Hostile station engaged.
See if I can get there in time to actually take it. Yep, so basically I'm instituting benefits everywhere where there is unemployment, just to quell the population. I don't know of another way around that. I just can't, I don't know how to create jobs. Maybe there's some way, but I don't know what it is. Maybe there's another decision I could make. Martial law, luxury goods, so I'm discouraging growth everywhere I can, and that's pretty much all the decisions I have available to me. There might be an edict that would help. Let's see, I probably don't need fleet supremacy anymore, actually. Extended shifts, probably don't need that either. I'm out of influence though. Go ahead and take it off just because. Let's see. Scientific revolution, desperate measures, fortresses, architectural renaissance, that's cool. Hearts and minds, omnifarious acquisition, grand fleet. So there's a lot of stuff you can do, but nothing to like stop your population, at least not that I can Let's see. I can keep selling more minerals, but I'm kind of in the red on food by quite a good margin, so I'm going to bring that down a little bit. And looks like I can actually sell some alloys as well. We'll do 100 for now, see what happens there. And so obviously we were able to take this system, maybe? We need to actually land troops there. It looks like the Yaks might be on the way. Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and do that. But I don't think the Yaks actually take systems, they just do it and then vacate the area pretty much. So I think I'll be able to swoop in there and actually take that system. Unemployment. Man, I just really wish I knew what to do about that. I also don't really know what this automation thing does. Business frames come to the end, come to an end. So all of my colonies are automated, so I don't even know what this does.
Research complete.
There's no armies there. And the axe hasn't landed, so maybe I need to just go do it myself.
Situation log updated.
Plume of Black. I can check out their mandate, but I almost...
Research complete.
Ooh, I got a dead scientist. Let's see. The end of the contingency. The contingency has failed with the destruction of the last machine world. The galaxy no longer faces a threat of systemic mass extinction. All surviving contingency war forms have either powered down or self-destructed, and the ghost signal is no longer being transmitted. As with the other machine worlds, the main nexus detonated itself in a massive antimatter explosion when it became apparent that it could no longer resist the attackers. Traveling outwards at light speed, the intense light from the energy discharge will be visible to future generations for millennia to come as a bright, short-lived star. Across the galaxy, sapient beings are united in their celebration of this great victory. For a moment, at least, the future looks bright. Great. Very glad to see that. I gotta take care of my scientists here. Okay, let's see. I could get energy credits, energy weapons. Yeah, no reason not to get the energy credits. Admin capacity, definitely don't need more at the moment. So I think I'll just get more food instead. And then right here I can get another scientist. Which scientist was that? That's my engineering scientist. Let's see if there's anybody who does engineering. There is not. But I'll get this guy, I think. He does field manipulation. And yeah, they're all rolling, so that's cool. So housing is looking low here. Ooh, the Yaks have closed borders with me. Hopefully that doesn't imply a souring of relations or something. Just constantly fiddling with my economy. Okay, so now that I can get here... Ooh, I'm gonna need to survey the system first. Hopefully I can get there in time. That requires a scientist, so I'll have to recruit one. Anomaly research, survey speed. May as well be survey speed. Rare crystals, I'm out. Pretty much everywhere else, there's just nothing I can do. Oh, now that that combat is over though, I can tell everybody to go home. And that'll reduce some of their maintenance costs, I think. What are these guys doing out here? Okay. You guys just come to Seoul. Basically, I'm just going to send all these science ships here and then tell them to assist in research. And then I also have a bunch of construction ships that I just don't really have any use for. I'm actually just going to disband them. They're cheap and easy to build, and I have no use for them whatsoever. Science ships are a little different because your
Research complete.
scientists gain XP, which you don't want to really waste. I almost feel like I could have built one faster than this. Let's see. Explosive weapons, planetary build speed. Probably just go with, I don't know. Neutronium materials. Sounds good to me. $24.74. It's kind of crazy I've been playing this so long, and yet...
Research complete.
Yet I'm still not able to, still considerably weaker than the Yaks. Yes, increase the benefits. But at least they're not well, their fleet power is overwhelming. Never mind. Take it back.
Research complete.
Okay, let's see. What can I get? Leader lifespan? Sure. Sounds fine. Whoa. I have a planet right there. I didn't even know about. Savannah world. I will colonize that. wonder, that must have been, I think that was destroyed by the synchrony or whatever it was called. I forgot. Just gonna tweak my economy a little bit. Make sure I'm not overselling. Actually, I need to be buying food. Massive subspace disturbances have erupted in systems across the galaxy. Early reports indicate that nearly 50% of the systems in the galaxy have been affected by this unprecedented phenomenon, which appears to be the byproduct of thousands of years of heavy hyperspace travel by civilizations both past and present. I could have sworn that it's already happened, so I'm not sure why they're calling it unprecedented. Scientists are confident that with the galactic space storm will dissipate by itself within a period of 5 to 10 years. Until that happens, the storm will play havoc on sublight engines, shield generators, and sensor systems in those star systems affected by it. The galactic community has officially named this storm Ober-Saz and issue a general travel advisory. So is it unprecedented because it's a new storm? Because I'm pretty sure this exact thing happened. Let's see what the Senate is doing. That sounds fine. Support it. Appeal underdeveloped system utilization. So, yeah, that actually sounds good for me. Trade value, bureaucratic capacity. Yeah, this is good for me for sure. Economic sanctions. Fee goes up and diplomatic weight from economy goes down. I oppose that. Let's see. Diplomatic weight from fleet power goes up. That's good. Naval
Research complete.
And ship upkeep goes up. Honestly, I have plenty of money, so I'm actually going to support this. Let's see. Alloys go up.
Research complete.
Habitability goes slightly down, but that's... I don't care about that at all. So there I go. Got some research I can do. Let's see, who is this anyway? Yep. Oops, I didn't mean to do that actually. Get those benefits going. Okay, hit points. None of this is really all that interesting, but I guess maybe building cost. See, admin. Yeah, just gonna go with food. I can always sell it if I have too much. More unemployment. Wow, I am selling way too much food. I actually need to be buying food, I think. Consumer goods. Whoops. Let's see. No, those I can run a deficit on for sure. That's fine. This is all fine. I don't know how I'm still in the red on energy credits. I really don't know what's going on there. With the significant reduction of crime on Earth, the planet's once pervasive criminal underworld has been reduced to nothingness. The population has been imbued with a renewed sense of safety and harmony. Great. It's not just good, it's great. It's 90% stability. Still a crapload of unemployment, though, that I don't know how to fix. I really, truly do not know how to fix that. I guess I could just keep replacing things with housing, maybe? I guess. probably don't need this admin park. Why don't I try to just replace that with luxury housing and then upgrade it to Paradise Dome eventually. Let's see. One of my governors is getting ill. This is weird. I wonder what this... Oh, governor gained trait. Okay. What exactly is that trait? Oh, I didn't look at the, didn't look at her name. I know it was a her, though. Here. Substance abuser? Was that it? Oh, later lifespan -20. Okay, that makes sense. Arrested development. This guy isn't going to get any better. But he's already a 4, so can't really complain. Alright, my food is starting to get pretty low. I'm not sure I have a solution to that other than just buying more and more, but that's obviously not a sustainable thing. Go ahead and recolonize this planet. I'm gonna go through and just upgrade all my ships just because. That science ship is just gonna sit there, I think. Oh, I totally forgot to be looking at this. Not fully surveyed, seriously? Why aren't you surveying this? Please survey the system before it's too late. Look, Astragon is coming in. My transport fleet can just go home. That was a close call.
Research complete.
See, building costs, energy weapon, energy credits, definitely not energy credits. I sure hope they haven't surveyed this system yet. But I bet they have. In which case, I'm just gonna be SO. That's not even the first time I've done that. I don't know where these guys are supposed to go. Surely they're supposed to be part of one of these fleets. Send them here. Yep, they beat me, of course. That's one of those times when I wish I could have just queued construction ship behind the science ship.
System survey complete.
Now it's a race. I'm going to lose handily. Dang, that really aggravates me. Not that it's really that big a deal, but
Research complete.
it's just that I was there. I had no one to blame but myself. 2479, 20 years left.
Ships upgraded.
Let's see, army health, leader lifespan. I don't think I'm gonna go to war war again, so I'm just kind of focusing on other things, non-combat related stuff. Upgrade all my ships, why not? Got plenty of alloy, that's for sure.
Research complete.
Everything here is weapons related, so I guess I'll just go with,
Ships upgraded.
actually, I'm not even sure what these nano plants are. I'll see what they do. Oh, here I can upgrade these. Forgot about them. These guys can just go home. Yeah, totally just running down the clock. I feel like there must be some other way to win, but I just don't even know what it is.
Colonization in progress.
Yay.
Ships upgraded.
What is a gateway? Oh, I could build some gateways, I guess. That might be kind of cool. Maybe I'll mess around with that. Cannot build a gateway within the gravity well of the system. So I have to build it like out here somewhere. Why not? Why not right here? It's kind of cool. Just there. And the question is, where do I put the other end of it? New scientist here. So that's going to be physics, science, engineering. Let's see, research speed. Yeah, that'll be the best one, I think.
Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
My food economy is still in the pits.
Research complete.
Yep, just keep instituting the benefits. 'Cause I am such a great leader. My food capacity is way above what it can be. I guess I could try to disband some of it, but... Or I could just wait until I have the right tax to upgrade it, which is probably what I'm gonna do.
Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
So, you know what? I just decided as I kind of wait out the clock here, I'm actually going to go back and watch my very first stream of this, just to see what I actually set up for this game. Actually, it's not going to be on Twitch anymore. It'll be on YouTube, though. I'll find it and then I'll switch to a desktop mode to play it. Let's see. 2. Oh, here it is. All the way back on January 9th, 2 months ago. Good evening and welcome to the stream. Tonight I'm going to be playing a game called Stellaris for the very first time ever. I know almost nothing about this game except that it is somewhat like Civ, which I love. I've been playing a bunch of Civ 5 in 2020, and yeah, so I'm gonna get into Stellaris now, I guess. This game was actually a gift from my friend Dave, who I knew back in college, and then we kind of went our separate ways. I moved to Champaign, Illinois, and he moved out west to, I think, Portland or somewhere. And yeah, we hadn't talked for a number of years, and then I suddenly saw on Facebook that he was moving to the area, and yeah, he was just feeling inspired to gift me this game.
Oops. Hopefully this
So tomorrow we're gonna play it, and I figure I should probably figure out what the heck I'm actually doing before we do that. So basically tonight I'm gonna try to see if there's any kind of tutorial, and hopefully. Well, here's my video for my very first episode of this. I'm just gonna watch it for a minute, I think. Okay. So for a long time it looks like I was going through and like setting up my civilization. So let me get to the game setup screen. That's what I'm really interested in. Galaxy size. Seriously? That was a small galaxy? Oh my gosh. Advanced AI stars. That's the yaks, yeah. I'm pretty much right about that. Look how close to the smallest value that 2500 is. I could make that huge. Oh my gosh. And I'm also really bummed. I missed this at the bottom. This game is not eligible for achievements. I was wondering the whole time while I was playing this, why isn't it triggering the achievements? And it's a setting down here. It's like iron or something. That was the right decision. Yeah, it turned out that was it, Iron Man. Console cheats are disabled and the game is automatically saved regularly to a single file. In games played with this setting, there's no turning back. So basically it disables like that rapid saving cheating type thing that I totally do, especially on things like Civ. Do you ever feel like you're repeating yourself? Okay, so that was interesting. I think the most telling thing though, none of this was on super big or super long or anything. This game is just ridiculously long. Yeah. That is just That is just a fact. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it here. And keep rolling. 2482. Still a sizable lead. I wish they had a graph, or like graphs and stuff. Every time that thing comes up, I'm just gonna institute the benefits. What do you want me to do, you know? First fleet belongs here, actually. Mega structure coming. Man, today was kind of crazy, honestly. I've really started to get into watching the SpaceX Starship launch videos. I just find them to be super cool, and every time I watch them, I'm just thinking, like, this is the vehicle that is going to bring us to Mars in, like, this decade. And that is just so crazy. And these test launches, or test flights, I guess I should call them, have been, like, super entertaining because
Research
all of
complete.
them so far have ended in massive explosions, which, you know, although it's not a landing, it's still very, very cool to see.
Colony established.
And because so many have ended, what is that? Oh, it's a ruined planet. I gotcha. How do I fix it? How do you fix a ruined thing? Can I, like, destroy it? Too few pops. Okay, I need to build the pops up. I see. That makes sense. Okay, I'll just wait then. I'm guessing it'll have a little upgrade arrow when I can actually fix those. But anyway, what I was saying was, because so many of these Starship test flights have ended in just complete annihilation, it's going to be, like, especially exciting when one of them eventually does stick the landing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching them probably until I'm watching the one that actually lands on Mars, because they're only, at least the you know, the test flights are only like 7 minutes or something like that. Yeah, it is just so amazing to think about. And, like, I feel like
Research complete.
I feel like people largely don't appreciate, like, what they're seeing. Like, first of all, this is, like, the biggest rocket ever made, payload-wise. It's massive. And second of all, okay, here we go. Gateway construction site ready. The deep space construction site for the planned gateway in the Stellaris system is now in place. Once we have the necessary resources, construction of the actual gateway may commence at any time. What? I thought it was done? I'm confused. am I gonna get that when I have not enough resources? I have an energy crisis in my empire. I have a substantial economic problem. I actually don't know what to do about all of this. I wonder if there's any edicts I can do that could improve that. There's mining subsidies, extended shifts. That could help. Worker happiness down. You know what? I have so much stability that I don't think I really care about that. Here we go. Increases the upkeep. Increases the upkeep of metallurgists. So this is for metal, basically. Map the stars. Educational recycling could help. Oh, it costs energy though, so I can't do that. Yeah, nothing else I can really do, I guess. Except for the extended shifts. We'll see if that even makes a difference. Let's see, 2484.
Hostile
so
fleet engaged.
we have 16 years left. Getting pretty close. Pirates out here I'm taking care of for that reason. That got me some energy credits at least. So, yeah, there's a space needed here. I may as well go take care of that while I'm at it, I guess. They're just gonna kind of be my hunters, I think.
Research complete.
I hope this game does have some nice graphs and animations at the end like Civ does. Let's see, energy weapon. Yes, please, more energy credits. I would do anything for more energy credits right now. That is really my limiting factor. I wish I knew what to do about it. And my space storm has dissipated. Oh, but I interrupted myself. I was rambling about Starship. The thing that I think most people don't realize is how big it is, and partly as a result of that, and partly as a result of the fact that it can land, or will be able to land, means that it is the
Research
cheapest
complete.
per pound of, like, any space vehicle ever by a huge margin. It absolutely opens all of space to just incredibly cheap transport, and not just to low orbit, not just to the moon, but like basically anywhere, because it can refuel in orbit. It's absolutely miraculous. It's a brilliant design, and it is an absolute game changer for our species as a spacefaring species. It's a huge deal, and it's being done just. I mean, SpaceX does receive funding from NASA, but NASA was never going to do anything like past. Not ever. They just, they never had the wherewithal. So, it is very cool. Very cool time to be alive, kind of like it was in the 60s. It's really a shame we didn't have live streams and better cameras during the moon landing. That would have really been, I mean, I know it was televised, but it's kind of a far cry from what we see live today. Yeah, not gonna lie, I did not foresee this being sort of the end of the game, just a slow burn, wait out the clock type of thing. I thought it would just be a constant thing. It definitely is. That's one thing about Civ, like, you'll never get to a point of stasis like this, because there's always a point, or there's always, like, you know, you can always be, like, doing war. But in this game, the war basically becomes not worth it because of the Federation, which is pretty much exactly like the real world. Like, at some point, you know, a big aggressive country like Russia, or a better example is North Korea, it just becomes not worth it for them to fight because, you know, they would lose. The whole world would be federated against them. Well, except for maybe China, but even China is not gonna, they're not gonna back North Korea up on an invasion of, you know, Alaska or whatever, because they have such strong ties to our economy. I just saw a red. It's a pirate fleet. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna go try to see if I can take care of it. Huh. Yep, they managed to actually take that system. So that combat is done. And I got another old governor. Not a huge deal. Girlfriend got me this awesome chair for my birthday, and I'm still learning about all the features. It does have a built-in footrest, which is like really pretty cool. It's my first true gaming chair. Before this, I've always just had random, you know, desk chairs. But after having spent like basically my whole year in this chair working from home, and then everything I do for fun is at the computer. That's a lot of sitting. Terrible, terrible for my posture. I know it. I recognize it. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. Unless I want to either lose my job or quit doing the things that I enjoy. And yeah, therein lies the rub. $24.87. The wheels of time turn on. Yeah, I know I've already said this on stream before, but when I play this again, it's going to be on super tiny, super fast mode. I'm going to make a rule to myself where I can't take it off of like fast or very fast. And I'm just going to blast through it and get some of those achievements, I think. Because this is just 30, it's going to be like 37, 38 hours. It's just too much time, you know? Like I got so many games I want to explore, and I'm super into Flight Sim right now. Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's really all I want to be playing right now. It is so cool. You know, I've been playing Flight Sims since I was like probably 12. My first video game ever was Mario Kart, but Mario Kart
Research complete.
64, that is. But I started doing Flight Sims when I was pretty young, and I just absolutely loved them. And
Research complete.
yeah, Flight Unlimited 2. I played it for hours and hours, untold hours. I truly wish that I knew how many hours I played that. And it really got me into aviation, and it's probably at least part of the reason why I, you know, wanted to become a pilot at that time. And I did ultimately do flight training, and I soloed. And yeah, so I played Flight Unlimited 2. That was around 02, and then Microsoft Flight Simulator, let's see, 98 was the first one I had, and then there was 2000, and then there was FSX, which was, you know, FSX was definitely the best Microsoft Flight Simulator, until this year's, of course. And I played 98 and 2000 not all that much, because I actually had a lot of like technical issues with them. It just, I don't know why, it just wasn't working on my computer at the time. And actually my dad had bought me one of those, and he actually worked on the phone with like Microsoft's tech support extensively to try to get it to work, but it just never really worked. Just had terrible graphics issues. I have no idea what it was. But yeah. Ultimately, all that stuff of the past is just an insanely far cry from Flight Sim 2020. I never did X-Plane. I never did DCS. But you know, when 2020 came out this summer, I read about some of the features and was just like gobsmacked about everything they'd put in there, and the graphics of it. It's just so fun. Of course, it has pretty much made me realize that I desperately need to upgrade my GPU, which I plan to do as soon as I can get my hands on a NVIDIA, you know, latest generation GPU, like 3080 or something. I'm gonna do it. I know they're expensive, but you know, this is a thing that I do.
Research complete.
I should treat myself once in a while. I don't usually buy very much for myself. Here comes Penny. Let's see, can you see him down there? The Estragon have become xenophilic.
Research complete.
That's our newish kitten, Pan. We got him over the summer. My girlfriend got him. Found him in some bushes and just couldn't leave him to die. And then I have this laser on my desk, and he will just come in here and sit there and basically stare at me until I shine the laser on the floor. And, yeah, he has way too much energy. That's good. I guess it just means he's healthy. Okay, so my score is still way higher than everybody else's. Not exactly double, but pretty high. I'm actually surprised the Erzgoba is so high on the scoreboard, since they have like one of the smaller territories for sure. And the year is 2490. 10 years left. I think I started at around 20 or 2470 tonight, so I'm about 2/3 of the way there, and I did do some messing around, which slowed me down. So I would say I probably have about 30 minutes left in this game, which is perfect because in about 30 minutes it will be very much my bedtime. I have an early meeting tomorrow. I have to be on a site by, well, I have to be there by 9, which probably doesn't sound very early, but I have to go to the office and do some prep and print stuff and all that kind of thing. So normally I'm not even really on the clock until like 8 or 8:30, so 9 is pretty much the first meeting time for me every day. Yeah, I'm meeting with a township supervisor to discuss a stormwater connection. Basically, I'm working on a site right now that has, the site itself is technically on city property, or no, sorry, it's technically within the city limits of the city of Urbana, but it's like just this property has been annexed because it was replatted. I assume it was replatted at some point, and because it was within a mile of the city limit, it had to be annexed. That's kind of just how the rules work. So, but basically, even though it's on the city, even though it's within the city limits, the tract itself is within the city limits. It doesn't have any way to connect to the city storm sewer. So basically there is a manhole, an existing manhole near the edge of the property that outflows to a subdivision, which is on land that has not been annexed to the city and is still within the county. And so I contacted the county and asked, do we need your permission to do this or what? And they deferred to the city, and then the city said, well, it's on city property, so you do have to follow the city code in your design, but we still need permission from the township supervisor to drain into the county's, county land. So, oops, I forgot to switch my scene back, but yeah, that is a long rambling story. Probably sounds really, really, really mundane to anybody out there, but it's the kind of thing that I deal with, and man, it is. You would not believe how stressful designing, like, basically sewers and parking lots can be. I mean, so stressful, because the fact of the matter is that even though this is like mundane stuff, it deals with construction, and a lot of the time when it comes to construction and development, every day is money. Every day that something takes, has a cost. If nothing else, an opportunity cost. So the deadlines are always tight, and the clients are always very disappointed when you miss them. And I mean disappointed to the point where, like, am I gonna sue you for damages for delivering this product late? Disappointed. I don't know. It's just it's just one of those things. Okay, so I destroyed a pirate ship. That is always good to do. So I'll send this guy home, and this guy's still heading for the space amoeba. There's no reason I'm doing that other than to just kind of kill the time here. Which, incidentally, is also why I've been rambling about my work. Ah, 2492. 8 more years. 8 more years. I wonder what the conversion rate is between Stellaris years and real
Research
time.
complete.
I just realized that my music stopped at some point.
Research complete.
Okay, research, anything else? Nothing's really worth it, but let's get that, I think. I could go around to all my star bases and upgrade the defenses, I guess.
Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
Whoa,
Ships
that
upgraded.
actually cost a
Ships
lot of alloy.
upgraded. Ships upgraded.
I slightly regret that,
Ships upgraded.
because I can't sell as much alloy now. I'm never
Ships
gonna get out of this hole
upgraded.
with my energy credits.
Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
Wow, look at that. That's kind of crazy.
Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
That's a lot of upgrades.
Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
I really like the way the
Ships
game manages
upgraded.
your notifications like that. Because in Civ,
Ships
you just get
upgraded.
a list that like goes off the page over here, and it's not really sorted
Ships
in a very
upgraded.
sensible way. So it's hard to even figure out what's going on in Civ. I mean, honestly, Civ should be taking a note from this game. Like, there are some huge, huge improvements, like simple things, like the outliner. That's a huge improvement. There's nothing like that in Civ. Maybe there is, but I don't know. There is. There's like, you can see a list of all your cities. It's just not as easy to like
Debris
scroll through.
analyzed.
Okay, go back to Seoul. I'll just tell these guys to assist research. Oh, do you have to like click on a planet afterward? Yes, institute the benefits. There we go. You have to left click, that's why I was confused. Oh, apparently only one planet per. I'm surprised that Mars isn't a habitable planet. Because that's obviously, like, you know, that's pretty much the plan for the real world here. 2094. 6 short years to go. I'm not gonna have a problem at all with victory. I feel like there should be some way to win this other than just by like running down the clock or taking over the whole galaxy. Like, I feel like, you know, in Civ there's always like the World Congress where you can like vote for a winner. I guess technically this might have this. I wonder if there's a resolution. Defense and war.
Research complete.
Sanctions. Yeah, I don't think so. Or better yet, there's always the space race, which is pretty much what I almost always go for in Civ. I just can't help myself. I just think it's the coolest victory. I don't know, seems like there should be something like that in this. That's probably the biggest drawback, I would say. Like, there's no game where you should just have to sit around and, like, wait for victory. What else? Is there anything else I can ramble about? I really wish I could get a more consistent viewer base on either of my streams, either Twitch or YouTube. So that'd be fun to, I don't know, just have some back and forth dialogue. I mean, the truth of the matter is that whether I was streaming or not, I'd be probably playing some game, and that's kind of how this all started, was just feeling like I may as well put myself out there, try to promote my music a little bit, and yeah, whatever, because I'd be doing the gaming no matter what. I've been gaming for many, many years, and a lot of that, in fact, probably the vast majority of that has been offline, you know, in a non-social way. In the last probably 4 years, maybe most of my gaming, I could say, has been social, but not before that, certainly. And I could have been streaming the whole time. Could have been, who knows? Could be I think that's the kind of addicting thing about streaming is, you know, you hear stories about people who just all of a sudden, one day, something just clicks, and they have a permanent viewer base, and they quit their jobs and play video games all day for money. And it's a lottery thing. I'm sure there are just millions of people just like me who are streaming endlessly and never getting anywhere, but it's definitely, I would say, mostly a matter of luck. Obviously, you need to have some level of interesting personality. That was cute. Do that again. Got to be somewhat entertaining, but a lot of people out there, honestly, I don't think they're very good streamers. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not their demographic, but yeah. Hopefully I'm one of the more entertaining ones, or potentially could be. And it's just kind of one of those things. It's a lottery. You definitely won't win if you don't play. This is some very, very relaxing music in the background here.
Research complete.
Oh man, maybe I should just do an entire stream of just playing with my crazy cat. That'd be something. I don't even think I wouldn't even question that would bring in quite a bit of attention. People love animal stuff on the internet. In fact, they love it so much. I keep hearing about these videos where I feel like we've all seen these random videos from like the Philippines or Malaysia or, you know, some exotic place where somebody's like trained a monkey to do a handstand and, you know, fling poop at a picture of Tony Blair or some crazy thing like that. And you know, it gets tons of attention on social media, which is of course the goal of the person who posted it. But the fact of the matter is that there's like many people out there who are purposefully doing this, you know? It's not just like they filmed their pet doing this. They're, mega art installation, that's cool. I wish I could build mega stuff, but I don't have enough energy credits. But they're like setting out to do this. And the problem is that they are, well, they're training their animals, and if you have spent any time with animals, and, you know, if you know what they're like, you probably know animals actually are really hard to train. It takes a lot of discipline, and a lot of the time, you know, these people posting these videos, they're getting the animals to do that by what many would consider to just be abuse, and that's obviously a problem. And the whole toxicity of social media, you know, is just kind of exacerbating that problem. It's the same as anything else that happens on social media, as far as like basically the information broker is completely dependent on clicks for money, so they will do literally anything to get those clicks, even if it's just blatant lying or, you know, just really crappy
Research
stuff.
complete.
Like, yeah. Uh-oh. What is that? 22% stability. That's not good at all. Gonna do some martial law and crime campaign. And yeah, I don't know what else I can do here really. I just need to wait until I have enough pops to rebuild what was on the planet before. What's up, buddy? He's a very unsocial cat. Like, he'll never sit in your lap, and he doesn't really like to be petted or anything like that. But he loves to play. We took him in at about 2 weeks old, and I've never really had a kitten, so I'm not sure if all this energy is just a kitten thing or if it's specific to him. And I don't know if, you know, maybe as he ages he'll slow down and become more, you know, more friendly, more social. I hope so, but I don't really know. The other cat, or one of the other cats we got her when she was about, I think, 2 months. Like, she was pretty young. And she was a similar story. She'd been hanging around the yard, and we, you know, were content to just let her be kind of the neighborhood cat. And then one day, we came home, and she was, you know, she was always very friendly. Like, she would just come up to us when we got out of our cars. And one day, she had a huge bite. I mean, like that big. Like out of her butt, basically. Like the side of her, you know, like her hip area, I guess. And it was so gross and like bloody, and just like the skin was gone. There was no doubt in my mind that, you know, if we didn't do something, she was just gonna die. You know, get infected, or, you know, 'cause she was injured, she was limping too. So we took pity and we took her to the vet and got her checked out, and she became our cat, and she is by far the most social cat we have. She spends probably an average of like 2 or 3 hours on my lap every day. So yeah, and that, well, you know, again, my point is, Pan is now like 6 months old, and he's still very energetic and not very social, whereas Ripley was already pretty social by, you know, probably 4 months. So I kind of think it's just going to be a personality thing. Well, from all appearances, it looks like I have about 6 months left until victory, so just a couple minutes here. And yeah, pretty much right on time when I thought it would be. And that'll be it for this game, and I'll be calling it a night and moving on to Flight Sim and who knows what else. Like, I've been toying with the idea of doing a Minecraft stream, because I've never actually played the survival mode of Minecraft, and I'd like to beat the dragon. So I think I might do that at some point here in the future. I probably will not be returning to Stellaris for the foreseeable future. Honestly, it didn't garner much viewership, and it was a super
Research
long
complete.
game. It took a ton of my game time to actually get through it. So. And my streaming time is kind of rare, you know. I only get a few hours per week in my evenings when I can do it. So I do like to be a little more judicious about what I'm actually streaming. Here we go, 2 more months. Let's see what happens. November 25th. December 15th, 25, Christmas. And there it is, United Nations of Earth won the game with a 73,153 score. So yeah, let's check out this screen here. I was a fanatically egalitarian society. I did have a democratic form of government. Go ahead and pause. And allows utopian living standards. I don't even remember what that means. Faction influence gain was high, and specialist population resource output was high. Beware always those who would be despots under the false presumption that their desires and agendas are somehow more imperative than those of their fellows. A society that does not see to the needs and rights of all of its members is not a society, it is a crime. That's a good quote. I wonder who actually said that, though. So yeah, there's the scoreboard. Name, score, obviously I was the highest. Nobody even beat the Yaks except for me, so they would have just won. By far the biggest economy, by far the biggest fleet power, and by far the most research. Is that it? There's no graphs or anything fun to look at? Oh, that's kind of disappointing. One of my favorite things in Civ is the graph at the end where you can watch the various wars happen over time. That kind of gives a nice summary of what actually happened. So yeah, I think I've prattled on long enough. I think I'm ready to put this playthrough to bed. And as always, if you watched, I sincerely hope you enjoyed, and whether or not you enjoyed, hope you have a wonderful evening.